What is up, guys, and welcome back for Week 4 of the DTC Draft League Season 3 B-League. Yes, I'm your man, MetaMech, coach of the Miami Heatran, and here in Week 4, we are standing at 1 and 2. Yes, we finally got into the win column last week. Very excited about that with our victory over Scythe and the Vegas Golden Cavaliers. If you're wondering why I'm rocking the Meowth hat again, it's because your boy, I'm going to be a little honest and transparent with you guys, as always. I can be a little bit superstitious just a little bit superstitious when it comes to sports and competition. By the way, this is going to be a long team preview. You guys know how I do this, so go ahead and skip it. There's going to be a timestamp somewhere over here, around here somewhere. Go ahead and skip it if you guys don't want to watch this part. But yes, this is Week 4, and we're going to be taking on, and before I say the name of the person and the name of their team, I want to apologize to them if they're watching right now because I'm probably going to butcher them both. So I apologize for that. But we are going to be taking on the Morioka Morpekos, coached by none other than Danchou Fanchou. At least that's how I would pronounce those things. I'm probably saying it wrong once again. I don't know if that person has a YouTube channel or not. If they do, you can 100% bet your bottom dollar the link for their channel is going to be down in the description. But we are going to go ahead and get into this team preview and not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and scroll up here and show you guys their team. Boom! Look at this. We are rocking out with the mons he could potentially bring to the battle is Tapu Lele. Psychic and Fairy type, a very strong special attacker, especially because it gets the ability Psychic Surge, which here in Generation 8, in Generation 7 it was 50%, but in Generation 8 still, 30% boost to Psychic type moves. What else does that do? It also prevents priority moves from targeting the opposing Pokemon. For instance, like we can't go for a Prankster Taunt against Tapu Lele. We can't go for a Prankster Thunder Wave against the Tapu Lele, or any Mon. Any Mon, as long as the Psychic Surge is up, as long as the Psychic Terrain is up, we cannot go for a priority move that targets an opposing Pokemon. For instance, even if Tapu Lele leaves the field, and for instance, maybe we want to go for a Triage boosted Draining Kiss with Comfey against the Hydreigon, for instance, if Psychic Surge is up, Psychic Terrain is up, we can't target opposing Mon with a Prankster move, or not Prankster, but a priority move. So it nullifies Triage and that ability. We could still potentially use priority Synthesis or priority Defog with Thundurus, or any move, as long as it doesn't actually target the opposing Pokemon, we should be good to go there. But yeah, other than that, you got to keep that in mind at all times. Very strong special attacker, pretty good special defense as well. Not the best physical defense, not the best matchup for his number 1 pick versus my number 1 pick, which is Solgaleo. And I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys, I really honestly would not be that shocked if he did not bring Tapu Lele to this battle. Honestly, I'm pretty sure he didn't bring it to... This is Week 4, so in his first 3 games... I'm holding up 4 fingers. In his first 3 games, I think he only brought Tapu Lele in one of those battles. So, honestly, I really would not be surprised if he does not bring Tapu Lele to this battle. Especially because the Psychic Surge, if I did bring Solgaleo, would also boost Solgaleo's Psychic type moves if I chose to bring any. But anyway, that's it for Tapu Lele. Moving on to the next Pokemon, we got Kyurem White, still the Dragon and Ice type. However, this one's got a insanely high special attack. It's the essentially the opposite version of the Kyurem Black. So its special attack is insanely high instead of its physical attack, which is still really good, by the way. So it's really high, insanely high special attack, and this one gets Fusion Flare. Very, very, very strong fire type move. Very, very scary, but it's got the same base speed of 95, and so does Tapu Lele, by the way, base 95 speed. Kyurem White has base 95 speed, but really, really high special attack, and that Fusion Flare is going to do a lot of damage to a potential Solgaleo if I did choose to bring it. You know what I'm saying? Wink, wink. Anyway, other than that, like one-on-one hits, I think, very, very hard. Not let it give it a chance to set up. I'm pretty sure he brought it to all 3 of his first battles, and he rocked a Life Orb on it every single battle. That means he's going to do it again. Who knows? We'll see. Moving on to the next Pokemon, he does have Hydreigon, the Dragon and Dark type. Very good utility Mon, gets a lot of coverage. A good Mon to potentially want to Scarf. This is also one of his Z captains, but it is Quad Weak to Fairy, so that is something to keep in mind. And it does have base 98 speed, whereas Solgaleo has base 97 speed. So it is 1 point higher. So yes, even a base max speed Hydreigon will outspeed a base max speed Solgaleo. So that is something we definitely need to keep an eye out for. Obviously, also Stab Dark type is going to be super effective against Solgaleo. So not really a great matchup there for our team captain. But moving on to the next Pokemon is Cobalian. Actually, this Pokemon is very surprisingly fast. I didn't really realize because I've never fought a Cobalian in a Draft League before, but it's actually really high on the speed tier. It's actually base 108 speed. You would not think that, but yeah, it's really fast. Gets access to Stealth Rocks and also gets access to, Switch Initiative with Volt Switch. Now, it's not really a good special attacker, so it's not really going to be doing a whole lot of damage, but regardless, still something we have to keep in mind potentially with the Switch Initiative with Volt Switch. Really strong fighting type moves, really strong steel type moves. Its ability that it gets is justified, so we got to keep that in mind. We're not really going to be wanting to go for knockoffs if we think he's going to be switching into the Cobalian, because we don't want to give that thing a +2 potential attack just by going for a knockoff and hitting with the dark type move. Next up is probably the Mon that I am most terrified of on his team. And you know what? I'm actually not even sure. I did watch all 3 of his week 1, 2, and 3 battle replays earlier today, but I don't know if he brought this to any of his battles, but hands down, the scariest Mon on his team, for my team, is Darmanitan. He would be making a big mistake, in my opinion, to not bring Darmanitan to this battle. Just a pure fighting type, not Galarian Darmanitan, just regular Darmanitan, hits like a truck. With Stab, Flare Blitz, also boosted by its ability Sheer Force, so it can't get a burn with Flare Blitz, so it does even more damage. I'm talking one-shots on Solgaleo. It one-shots so many different mods on my team, does so much damage to everything on my team. I really don't have like a quote-unquote great counter to that mon with Flare Blitz, especially if he choice Scarf's Flare Blitz. He does only have base 95 speed, so Solgaleo does outspeed him at base, thank goodness. But he doesn't have the best defenses, so where he has insanely high attack, his defenses are really not that great. But still, Choice Scarf, Flare Blitz, Darmanitan, nobody on my team wants to take that. Not even, especially not a Choice Band. If we get that prediction wrong, if we think he's Choice Scarf, and potentially he's actually Choice Banded, it's going to do just an absurd amount of damage. You know what? We might as well just give up right there. So nobody definitely wants to take that. So I'm very scared about this Pokemon. Hopefully we can find a way to take it down if he does bring it and work around it. Moving on to the next Pokemon on his team is Tentacruel. Tentacruel is actually another very surprisingly fast mon. I've never faced a Tentacruel, but it actually has base 100 speed. So, you know what? Not slow by any means. Obviously, it outspeeds Solgaleo. And another thing that's interesting about it is for some reason, Tentacruel gets knockoff. When mons like Cobalian and Hydreigon don't get knockoff, at least I don't think they do. I think I looked it up earlier. I might be wrong. Don't quote me in the comments. But yes, Tentacruel gets knockoff, which is absolutely crazy for some reason why this mon gets knockoff. Really great special defense. Obviously, it gets access to poison-type moves like Toxic Spikes. He gets access to Rapid Spin. I'm pretty sure this is a Rapid Spin Pokemon, so that's another thing we got to keep an eye out for if we potentially try to set up hazards with Tentacruel. Otherwise, he also eats up Toxic Spikes. Very good special wall. He could put a lot of investment into its HP and defense, though. Make it still a decently solid mon on the physical defensive side. Obviously, gets access to Scald, which could potentially burn us, things like that, which we do not like. But yeah, just a water and poison type. Outside of that, it's not like anything too crazy to write home about. Got solid special attack. I don't really know about its HP stat, but it's it's definitely a solid utility mon. You can definitely play around with it and make it do some very good work for you. Moving on to the next Pokemon on his team is Shuckle. This thing, I never really looked up because I've never faced one of these before either. That's what I love about this draft league, making me face things and prepare for things I've never seen before. It's got just absolutely redonkulous defenses. I think it's like, base 230 or something? Yeah, it's crazy. Base 230 defense, something like that. So even if I could one-shot it with a move, it also gets access to the ability Sturdy, which it could potentially run. This thing really has low attacking capability, so it's really not going to be putting out a lot of damage, but it does get, Stealth Rocks, it does get Sticky Webs, it does get Toxic, it does, its biggest move that we should be concerned about in terms of actually doing damage to us is Final Gambit. So it doesn't have the highest HP stat, so if it takes itself down and tries to take us with it with Final Gambit, it's going to do a lot of damage, but probably won't take out any of our mons depending on how healthy we are. But still, very strong defensive mon. Can be a real problem to deal with if you don't have a good way to take it down. Like I said, with insanely high physical defense, insanely high special defense, just a mon that's going to be an absolute wall and tank hits and want to put up hazards and status and things like that. Moving on to the next Pokemon, another Pokemon I'm very, very kind of scared about potentially is Licky. He is a Wish Passer. I've not faced a Wish Passer either, so with access to Wish and Protect, he can pass his Wish to another Pokemon to heal up a Mon. I'm like, okay, that Mon's weak. I essentially got to take him out of the battle. Don't need to worry about it anymore. Then he goes ahead and wishes that thing back up to health. So that's very scary. I'm pretty sure he's led with Licky in all 3 of the battles. So he's brought it to all 3 and led with it all 3 times. I might be wrong about that, but I think that is the case. Obviously has pretty good HP stat and pretty good defenses, so a lot of people choose to make this thing pretty much just like a wall, maybe physical, maybe special. Either way, they're both the same, physical and special defense, so either way, or you could just put a little bit into both. Could be real problematic. Gets access to Heal Bell, gets access to Knockoff once again, and also Shuckle. Shuckle, of all Pokemon, gets access to Knockoff. It's not going to do a lot of damage, but it is going to knock your item off, which is unfortunate. Yes, Licky, very potentially problematic Pokemon, gets access to Toxic and Wish and Protect, and Seismic Toss, another common thing they run on it. Knockoff, another common thing he runs on it. Another thing that could be problematic with it, it gets a lot of coverage, so he hasn't really used it in terms of an attacker so far, because otherwise, just with the basic Toxic and Wish and Protect and stuff, Gliscor walls that completely, because you can't poison him with his Poison Heal ability, but he also gets access to Ice Beam if you wanted to put that on there. So you think you wall it with Gliscor, then all of a sudden this man's busting out an Ice Beam on your face, and you don't want to take that if you're a Gliscor. Trust me, I know what I'm saying, because I've been doing a lot of calcs and a lot of preps, as I've always liked to do. But yes, very potentially problematic Pokemon, because we don't have, it's only weak to fighting, and we don't have stab fighting on anybody. Which, that brings up a good point, which I want to go ahead and let you guys know real quick here. We finally, here in Week 4, we made a change to our Z Captains. At the beginning of the season, I was like, yo, I want Araquanid to be a Z Captain, and I want Comfey and Blossom to be Z Captains. I haven't even considered making Comfey or Blossom a Z user in any of the Week 1 through 3 battles, so I decided to change it up, and it was a change that I've been pondering about now for at least 1, maybe 2 weeks, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and finally pull the trigger. So I switched out Comfey and Blossom, I took them off, and now I changed it to where Thundurus Incarnate is now one of our Z Captains. Did I bring him to the battle, and did I make him a Z user? I don't know. You guys have to keep watching to find out. But yes, I just want to let you guys know that obviously Focus Blast, very strong move, really low accuracy, but it does hit a lot of things very hard. It's a very good coverage move, and also with Titanium Z, it's going to do a lot of damage, 100% accurate, so you're not going to have to worry about that. Moving on to the next Pokemon. Another Pokemon we don't really have anything specifically for because we don't have Stab Rock or Ice, which is its only weaknesses, is Rotom Fan. Could be really problematic. Obviously, I think it gets access to Pain Split because I think all the Rotom forms do. Obviously, it gets access to Air Slash, which could put a lot of flinches. He actually battled Scythe in Week 2, which is Scythe is the person we battled in the last week, and he got very 2 crucial flinches in a row against Scythe's Victini that I think changed the outcome of that battle. So we're getting Air Slash flinched. I'm not going to like that. I'm not going to appreciate that at all. Excuse me, I don't know why I'm burping all of a sudden. Hopefully we got that out of the way. But yes, Air Slash, Volt Switch, and obviously the rest of the electric type moves, Pain Split, Will-O-Wisp, which could be problematic. Obviously, we don't want any of our physical attackers getting burned. And we have no Stab Rock or Ice type moves. So another problematic Pokemon potentially. I'm pretty sure he brought it to at least 2 of the 3 battles. So that is something we have to keep in mind of. Next up is Swellow, the normal and flying type Pokemon. He has not brought this thing to a battle, but nonetheless, we need to be ready to take it down when the time so comes. It is his fastest Pokemon with a base 125 speed. So obviously got to play around that with it being his fastest Pokemon, base 125 speed. Other than that, it doesn't really have the best attacking stats or the best defenses, but maybe you can put Choice Specs, Boom Burst, which is a very common set on this thing because it did get a boost to its special attack in later generations. It also gets access to Guts and the off chance that we're trying to, put status on something. We don't want to put status on it, even though, like I said, because of its ability to get Boom Burst and its increase in special attack in later gens, a lot of people run special. But still, that is something that we have to keep an eye out for and potentially have to work around. It's also there, I'm sure, for potential default, but other than that, I don't know how he wants to use it because, like I said, he hasn't brought it to a battle. And then next up is his last Pokemon, Frostlass. Once again, another Pokemon he has not brought to any of his Week 1, 2, or 3 battles. It is pretty fast. It has base 110 speed, I do believe. You know what? Let me go ahead and check that out here because I'm pretty sure. Base 110 speed. I got my little document spreadsheet over here. Frostless, where yeah, base 110, and Thunderous Incarnate is base 111. So with Thunderous Incarnate, we still outspeed it, which is the thing we want. But yeah, that is something we have to keep in mind with his base 110 speed. If we max speed with Thunderous Incarnate, if we even brought it, which more on that in a second. I just realized something, but we'll address that in a minute. But yes, it is very fast. It gets access to Destiny Bond. It gets access to, Will-O-Wisp. It gets access to a lot of hazards. I know it gets spikes, and it potentially gets some other hazards and things like that. So that is something we have to keep in mind, that we want to make sure that we are prepared to take that thing down when the time so comes. It is Ice and Ghost type. And now we're going to go ahead and move on here and show you guys my team. So let's go ahead and do this. Boom! Here is the team your boy is bringing to this week's battle, of course. And by the way, I hope you guys like the nicknames. If you get the theme, make sure you let me know in the comments, because I'm not going to explain it, and I don't know if any of you guys are. But if you do, shout out to you. Make sure you let me know down in the comments. But first up, we're rocking out with Barret the Solgaleo holding the Assault Vest. We have a new strategy for your boy, not the usual Choice Scarf Solgaleo that we normally bring. I really wanted to change it up and go for something different. I've been sitting on this strategy now for a couple of weeks, and I figured it was time to finally bust it out. It could put in a lot of work for us, or it could fall flat, or it could make us fall flat on our face, and we could get absolutely destroyed. So we'll see how it works out. Your boy's doing some soul searching here, trying to play around with these mods he's never used before, and we're 1 and 2 at this point, trying to just figure out what works, man. What we can do with these different mods. So I wanted to change it up, wanted to do something different. He's got the Jolly Nature, 240 plus speed, just to make sure that we outspeed any of his mons with 240 base, or any of his mons with 95 base speed. So he's not got 98, so we don't have to max it. So Tapu Lele, the Kyurem White, those kind of things, we will outspeed those things with our 240 with the Jolly Nature. No special attacking moves this week, but we do have the Assault Vest, so all of our moves are attacking moves, and one of them is Flame Charge. This is something I've been sitting on for a little bit. Solgaleo gets access to Flame Charge, which is a damaging move, but it also 100% raises your speed by 1 stage. So if we're in a good matchup where I think either they're just going to straight up switch, or I think Solgaleo can take the hit, we go for a Flame Charge on the first turn, gives us the +1 speed we want that the Choice Scarf normally gives us, and then we have the ability to choose whatever move we want to go for. So it gives us the flexibility. It gives us the benefit of the Choice Scarf speed, but it gives us the flexibility to choose whatever move we want. I'm really, really excited about this set. Like I said, I've been sitting on it for a little bit. So Sunsteel Strike, which absolutely just murders and obliterates the Tapu Lele, which is why I said I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't bring it, because 1, I outspeed it, and 2, I have 1 shot of Sunsteel Strike because it's stabbed and super effective. And Earthquake just to hit things like the Cobalian, the Darmanitan, the Tentacruel. Yeah, it's going to put in a lot of work against those 3 mods. Specifically, that's what Earthquake there for. And Psychic Fangs just to give him another move if he does get the Psychic Terrain boost from Tapu Lele. It will allow me to hit the Tentacruel and one-shot it, and it gives me just a strong move to hit the Rotom Fan with. Sunsteel Strike is resisted, Earthquake is immune, so Psychic Fangs gives us an option to hit the Rotom Fan with a nice strong move with Solgaleo if we do get in that position. But next up, we got Hyde, the Thunderous Incarnate, holding the Focus Sash as always. Yes, I did make him the Z captain this week, but I did not choose to run a Z move on him. Is that cheeky? Did I do it on purpose? I don't know. I don't think so. I really went back and forth about it, but I was just like, to this day, I've never used a Z move in a draft battle, and I think the reason for that is just because I'm so scared, because if you guess wrong, most of your items come in handy throughout the entirety of the battle in some way or shape or form. But if you guess wrong and you use your Z move on the wrong turn against the wrong Pokemon, they predict, they switch out, it essentially nullifies that item and makes it useless, and I don't like that, so maybe that's why I haven't chose to bring one. But we're rocking out with the physical Thunderous Incarnate this week instead of the special one for one reason only. Max attack U-turn to give me switch initiative to be able to switch around, and this is where I said I did not put enough speed into this thing, so I'm going to have to change that. Because I was like, hey, I just want to make sure I can outspeed the Cobalian, which has 108 speed, but I actually need him to outspeed the Frostlass as well at base 110 speed, so I'm going to have to make sure that I don't forget to change that, and then put like the remaining 4 EVs into HP or whatever. And Taunt and Default, once again, Psychic Terrain is up. I can't go for Taunt on the opposing Pokemon, but I can go for Default to get rid of, hazards that the Shuckle puts up or anything like that. But why am I rocking physical? Yes, for the switch initiative with U-turn, but also just to hit things with that super power, baby. 120 base power, and it hits a lot of his team really hard. Look at this. Look at this, guys. You guys ready to count this? He's got 1 Kyurem White, 2 Hydreigon, 3 Cobalian, 4 Licky Licky. He's got 4 mons that he likes to bring to these battles with a weakness to fighting. And I think definitely at least 1, but if not 2 of his battles, he brought all 4 of those Pokemon that were weak to fighting. So fighting really, really goes in on his team. And like I said, I don't like the fact that Focus Blast has terrible accuracy, so I went with the physical one instead. So I got superpower. And yes, it does lower our defense. If we get hit with a physical attacking move, it's fine because we got Focus Sash. And then we can play around with it from there. We still have access to Taunt, Defog, U-turn with the Switch initiative like that. And then obviously our stats are reset. Now, it's not going to be good if we're broken down the Sash and then, hazards are up like Stealth Rocks, and then we have to go in and try and defog the Stealth Rocks. But you know what? We'll deal with that when we come to it. I'm pretty sure Cobalian Shuckle also can put up Stealth Rocks, so that is something we have to keep in mind. But if we're down to Sash or anything less than 25%, then defog's useless on this man. But you know what? Hopefully that doesn't come into play. But next up, we got Krenzel the Araquanid with the Waterium Z, guys. Yes, we finally are rocking a Z move on a Pokemon. Araquanid got knocked off in last week, and I'm like, I just had this feeling. I just have this feeling that this week that Araquanid is going to get knocked off again. And I went back and forth. I was like, do I run Life Orb? Not Life Orb. Do I run Leftovers? Do I run Mystic Water? And then I was like, you know what? Let me go with that Waterium Z. The reason I put this thing on this man, because it cannot get knocked off, and his Water-type moves just do so much damage. It is crazy, even with very little or no attack investment. And then the Waterium Z just is going to make that water move just do insane amount of damage. So he's got, and I also thought about Assault Vest if I didn't say that as well, because I know I've run that set before. He's got Liquidation, which is going to one-shot the Darmanitan in most situations. It's going to do a lot of damage to the Shuckle. It's going to do a lot of damage to a lot of things. It has the potential to lower their defense as well. And another thing I'm thinking, as you guys can see there, we got Toxic on this point. I'm thinking of running Scald instead of Toxic, so I need to make sure I change that as well. By the way, this is all subject to change. I don't know when I'm going to be doing the battle yet. For all I know, we might not even be battling today, but this is when I wanted to record this team preview. So I want to change the Toxic to Scald in case we're getting in against the Cobalian, because he has way worse special defense than physical defense. And I think Scald will probably do more and has a 30% chance to burn, so we want to run that. So Liquidation, Leech Life, which is going to hit the Hydreigon pretty hard, and it will do neutral damage against the Tapu Lele, but otherwise, most of the time we're going to be going for Liquidation, let's be honest. And Sticky Webs, I don't think so far this season I've been able to get Sticky Webs up, but we're running Sticky Webs on the off chance we get a chance to go for it. I really think it could be helpful, like I said, against the Cobalian, against the Darmanitan, against the Tentacruel. It could be very helpful against the Kyurem White, against the Tapu Lele. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, where it could be very helpful to help us outspeed things, and that's really what we need it for. Like I said, Tentacruel does get Rapid Spin, but its speed is going to be lowered, and Solgaleo should one-shot with the Psychic Fangs. So there we go, but we'll play around, but we'll see what happens when we get to the battle. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next Pokemon. The fourth Pokemon we're bringing. I don't want you guys to see number 5 yet. Don't look at that. We got Miller the Gliscor holding the Choice Scarf. Once again, a completely brand new set. I'm not saying nobody's ever run Choice Scarf Gliscor, because I'm pretty sure they probably have, but I have never battled one. Not like I do a ton of battling, but wanted to change it up once again. And the biggest reason why I needed to Choice Scarf Gliscor was to make sure that we had a mon that outsped the Darmanitan. Now, obviously, if the Darmanitan's Choice, they both have base 95 speed, so it will be a speed tie. But if he's Scarfed Flare Blitz, we 100% survive that. Now, if he's Banded Flare Blitz, it has a really good chance to take... I think it's a roll. It could take us out in one. It could not. But regardless, if he's banded, we outspeed him, one-shot him with Earthquake. You know what I'm saying? So it could take care of that threat. So I needed a mon to make sure that no matter what, because a Choice Scarf Darmanitan, Flare Blitz really goes in on my team, guys. Not going to lie, it really goes in on my team. So I needed a mon to make sure that if he's Choice Scarfed, we could survive and take him down. And Gliscor was my choice here. So still got the Poison Heal ability in case we think something's going for Toxic or something. We could throw Gliscor in there and essentially get like a free leftover or something like that. So we're going to get our healing up still, potentially, but no, we're not holding the Toxic Orb. We are holding the Choice Scarf, and we got we're max Jolly Nature, max speed, because if it comes down to it, we at least want a potential speed tie with the Tapu Lele, with the Kieran White, with the Darmanitan. All three of those pawns have base 95 speed. So we want to make sure that we could potentially have the chance to outspeed him with a speed tie. But yeah, he's got Earthquake, which hits everything. It's a strongest stat move. It one-shots the Darmanitan. It does a ton of damage to the Tentacruel and a ton of damage to the Cobalian. We also have U-turn for switch initiative if we think something's going to switch and we want to maybe get momentum. And Sky Uppercut, once again, the fighting type moves go in on this man's team. It will hit the Kieran White for good damage. It will hit the Hydreigon for good damage. It will hit the Cobalian for good damage. And it will hit the Licky for decent damage. And also his final move, the fourth move, is Rock Slide. If we are fighting against a Kieran White that is not Choice Scarfed, or if it is Choice Scarfed and we win the speed tie, we can go for a super effective Rock Slide and have the chance to flinch it, but that's obviously a last-ditch effort because he's going to murder us with an Ice-type move. But you know what? It's there as a potential out. Maybe we get some flinch hacks. We'll see what happens. But that is what I wanted to do with the man Gliscor this week to help us out against that Darmanitan because we're not Choice Scarf Solgaleo. And Earthquake should, it's a roll. Earthquake should, on Solgaleo, should one-shot the Darmanitan, but if he's got defense or HP investment, it probably won't. And then next up, we have got Gaitan. The Comfey. Let's go ahead and scroll down a little bit more. Still holding that Life Orb to help his special attacks do a little bit more damage that we need him to do. He still has Dazzling Gleam, but yes, like I said, we cannot use, or he's got Dazzling Gleam because we cannot use Draining Kiss if Psychic Surge is up. If Psychic Surge is up, we cannot go for Draining Kiss. It will fail because it prevents priority moves from targeting an opponent. So we have Dazzling Gleam to potentially do damage to the Kieran White. He has a higher speed than Kieran White, so as long as it's not Choice, we should outspeed it. And he also has higher speed than the Hydreigon. So once again, Hydreigon quad weak to Fairy. We should outspeed as long as he's not Choice Scarfed and one shot with Dazzling Gleam. However, if he is a Choice Scarf Hydreigon, even if he's a modest Choice Scarf Hydreigon, he'll obviously outspeed us. But Flash Cannon, which is super effective, the strongest way to hit Comfey, will not one-shot us. I need to check if he gets Sludge Wave or Sludge Bomb, because those are higher base power than Flash Cannon. So that is something I need to check. So it could potentially one-shot us. That is something I need to check. Maybe I'll make changes to Steam. So we got 3 things I need to change here before you guys potentially see the battle. But yes, he's got Dazzling Gleam, which is our strong Fairy-type move to hit the Hydreigon. We should outspeed it as long as he's not choiced. And obviously we can't use Draining Kiss, but I would prefer to go for Draining Kiss if Psychic Terrain is not up. That way we can get some health back. And Defog is, once again, another option potentially to get rid of hazards. I don't care if I go for Sticky Webs and then get rid of it later. It's there if I really need it because, you know, the webs or the rocks or something are becoming a real problem for me. It's just there to give us another Defog option. Obviously, Aromatherapy, huge. He came in very clutch in our battle last week against Scythe because he got that cheeky freeze on us, so we were able to go for Aromatherapy. Obviously, you want that potentially to get rid of freezes on Solgaleo, or burns on my physical attackers, or paralysis on my physical attackers. And then last up, we've got Tatum the Zeraora still with the Choice Band. Once again, just puts in so much work, man. He really just puts in so much work with the Volt Absorb ability. Like I said, Swellow is his fastest Pokemon with base 125 speed. Zeraora is going to outspeed everything on his team. We could even go Adamant. We didn't even need to go Jolly, so we went Adamant Nature, and we had to put 248 speed IVs into him, or EVs into him, to make sure we outspeed everything that's not choiced, including the Swellow. But man, let's go down through this board here. We got Plasma Fist is a one-shot most likely on Tapu Lele. Low Kick is most likely a one-shot on the Kieran White. Low Kick is most likely a one-shot on the Hydreigon. Low Kick is a roll, but it potentially has the chance to one-shot the Cobalian. Plasma Fist should one-shot the Darmanitan. Plasma Fist should one-shot the Tentacruel. I mean, now Shuckle is a different case altogether because that thing's got insane defenses, so I don't even know if we have a way to two-shot this man with Zeraora, but it's still fun. And then, once again, Choice Band of Low Kick is not going to one-shot the Licky, but it is going to do like a solid 55 to 65% if he's max defense, max HP. Now, that could be tricky because, once again, like I said, this Licky, it is very difficult to work around that thing because it's got Wish and Protect. Superpower on Thundurus only does like 40 to 50% if we get a max roll. Maybe we can get some defense drops. We got Sky Uppercut on Gliscor, which does like 40%. I mean, or 30 to 40%. I mean, it's just, he's a real problem. That's all I'm trying to say is the Licky is a real problem. And in the Rotom Fan, the Plasma Fist is a roll. It could potentially one-shot the Rotom Fan with Plasma Fist. Plasma Fist obviously obliterates and murders that Swellow's entire existence. Now, I don't remember if I ran a calc for the Frostlass, but I'm sure Iron Tail will absolutely... Iron Tail and Knockoff, I'm sure, will obliterate and destroy the Frostlass as well. Obviously, he's going to outspeed both of them. So, I mean, he just puts in so much work with the Choice Band if you don't have a way to outspeed him. Choice Scarf is most of the time your only chance to outspeed him unless you have a mon that's really, really fast like him. But this is the team that we are rocking out with. Like I said, I am going to increase the Thundurus Incarnate speed. I am going to change Scald. You know what? I might as well just do it right now. Because I know I can change this. So let's change that to Scald. But in terms of how the EVs are going to work out, I don't know if... You know, I don't know exactly how to change the EVs to make sure right here on screen for you. So we're going to change the EVs to make sure Thundurus Incarnate outspeeds the Frostlass. And then I'm also... There was one other thing that I wanted to change. Oh, man, I'm forgetting it right now. There was one other thing. I wanted to make sure... I changed Scald. Wanted to make sure we were going to outspeed the Frostlass. And then was it just a calc how much damage that Plasma Fist would do to the Frostlass? I don't know. I'm going to have to think about it. Hopefully I don't forget, but we are pushing 31 minutes already with this team preview. But I'm not going to waste too much more of your time. Real quick, I'm just going to go through my predictions for which mons he's going to bring to the battle. If I had to predict, Kieran White definitely coming. Hydreigon definitely coming. Cobalian definitely coming. Darmanitan, not definitely. So Kieran White definitely. Hydreigon definitely. Darmanitan definitely. Tentacruel definitely. Those are my 4 that I'm like most certain about that he's going to bring. And then that leaves the other 2 slots to be filled up by the Tapu Lele, by the Cobalian, by the Shuckle, and by the Rotom Fan. He has not brought Swellow or Frostlass to a battle yet, but he potentially could. If I had to, you know, make my best guess, I would say the other 2 Pokemon would be Licky and Rotom Fan. Those are just my guesses, but once again, that's 4 mons weak to fighting. So hopefully it will work out for us, guys. I will see you in the battle. Wish me luck. Alright guys, what is up? Welcome back here to the battle. So, he brought the Kieran White, he brought the Rotom Fan, the Hydreigon, the Tapu Lele, the Darmanitan, and the Shuckle. Okay, so no Licky, which is a good thing. I'm not going to lie to you guys, I'm happy that I don't have to deal with the wish passing from that thing. So, he does have only 2 weaknesses to fighting here. He also, what was his other one that he didn't bring the Cobalian either. Yes, he says, good luck, have fun in the chat. I'm going to do the same. Good luck, have fun. Okay, so fighting doesn't quite as much go in here on him, but it still does do a good amount of work. So, once again, I am going to lead off with Thundurus Incarnate. We'll go from there. We will go from there. So, he leads off with Rotom Fan. Is he Choice Scarfed? Is he going to Choice Scarf me? Is he going to trick my Choice Scarf? He can try that, but I have priority Taunt. So, I'm just going to go for the Taunt on the chance that he wants to go for the Trick. Yeah, he can't use Will-O-Wisp after the Taunt. That's perfect for me. That is perfect for me. So, I'm just going to go for the U-turn. And now he's going to attack me. What's he going to do? He's going to go for probably a Volt Switch or an Air Slash. So do we go out into Zeraora, guys? Do we go out into Zeraora, or do we go out into... We don't know if he's Choice Scarfed yet. No, yes, we do. He's not Choice Scarfed because I outsped him with that. He's not Choice Scarfed. Choice Scarfed, so I outsped him. So I'm going to go out into Gliscor. And... Or do we just go out into Solgaleo and go for our strat and go for Flame Charge and start going from there? Huh. He could go for Volt Switch, so I kind of want to go to something that's going to be immune to that. Let's go out into Gliscor. That's what we're going to do, guys. There we go. He goes for Volt Switch. I'm immune. So, now, who wants to take this Earthquake? He could go for Air Slash, or he could just Hard Swap. Or do I go for Rock Slide? I want to make sure I play this right. Rock Slide is super effective on the Kieran White. Rock Slide is super effective on the Darmanitan. Rock Slide is super effective on the Shuckle. Or do I just go for U-turn for momentum? Hoping that he swaps. Hoping that he swaps. I'm going to go for U-turn, hoping he swaps. There he goes. He swaps. Goes out in a shuckle. Red card. Okay. You know what? I actually, guys, once again, I want to apologize about the calking thing. In the last one, I'm going to, you know what? I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to calc. It's going to happen. The intensity level in this league, I don't know what's going on with me. I feel like I need to calc. So if I feel like I need to calc, I'm going to make calcs, and hopefully you guys are cool with that. I did do it. I'm going to do it in a separate window from here on out, so we should be good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and do one of my calcs here right now, and we'll go from there. Because did you guys know I did bring my Water MZ on my Araquanid. So if he is Shuckle, and let's go Odette. Let's put him max defense, max HP. Max defense, max HP. Let's see how much damage a liquidation does to this thing. 252. Let's do bold nature. No, not bashful. Let's do bold. And let's make our liquidation a Z move. It does 81.9 to 96.7. So it's a roll. We could, but does he stay in? That is the thing. Does he stay in? You know what? I'm just going to go for sticky webs here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for sticky webs. He goes for his own sticky webs. That's okay. That is okay. Now do I go out into Thunderous and taunt him? Or go for Defog? Let's go out for Thunderous. Let's go out to Thunderous. I don't want to reveal that yet. Okay, so I'm Toxic. My Sash is gone. I'm just going to go for Defog, actually. I'm going to go for Defog. He switches out into the Hydreigon. Alright, guys. We are about to find out right now. Wait, why did Defog not work? Oh, that was... Wait, so Defog Prankster doesn't work? That is not good. That is not good, guys. Okay, so we're about to find out right now if this thing is Choice Scarfed or not. Or do I just go for the superpower to get damage on this thing? You know, I'm going to go for the superpower to get damage off of this thing. Is that the right play? Wait, I don't want to be too hasty. I don't want to be too hasty, guys. Are we still recording? We are still recording. I don't want to be too hasty. Now, if he's Choice Scarfed, he probably one-shots me here. Man, that is unfortunate that we can't get rid of the sticky webs. I did not know that, so I'll know it for the future. I didn't know that Defog... I guess it does technically... technically... I can speak. You guys can tell I'm nervous here. It does technically target the opponent because it lowers their evasion. So I'll know that for the future. I didn't think that was going to be an issue. So did we go U-turn for momentum? Let's see. I hard swapped, and he hard swapped, right? Yeah, he withdrew Chuckle, and so yeah, we both hard swapped here, so I can go U-turn. Okay, so we do a lot of damage to it. What do we think he's going for? He's not Choice Scarf. That's good to know. He's not Choice Scarf. That's good to know. But that means he could be Choice Specs. He could be Life Orb. This is one of his Z users. Does he expect me to switch into Comfy? Does he go for a Z Steel move here? I think either way, I go out into Araquanid. Dark Pulse does not do too much. Okay, that's great. That is good. That is good. That is good. That is good. How much does a liquidation do from here? Once again, guys, I'm going to do a calc. Let's go Hydreigon. Sure. Let's see. Not Hydro Vortex. Let's go Liquidation. Liquidation does not kill from here. Liquidation does not kill from here. Leech Life should kill from here. But does he switch? Does he switch predicting the Leech Life? I just kind of want to just go for Scald. Potentially we can get a burn on something. Or we can do our Waterium Z here. It's going to do a crap load of damage and probably enough to kill this Hydreigon too. Okay, so it does 43.3 if he's got no HP or defense investment. What was that? 43.3. So it most likely would. Do we want to reveal that? Yeah, I want to make sure that I get it off because Araquanid is very slow, so I want to make sure I get it off. You know what? I think it's time. I think it's time. We're going to go for our Z power. No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're not going to do that yet. Let's go. Let's just go for Scald. Okay, he's still thinking about it too. So now I'm like, oh, do I go ahead and rush into that? Because he's still thinking about it, clearly. He's not choiced. So, did we see him getting any leftovers back? We did not see him get leftovers. I feel like he's either choice Specs. How much does Specs Dark Pulse do to me? We should probably know that. Dark Pulse. Oh, he doesn't have Dark Pulse in there. So, Dark Pulse does 29.2 to 34.5. And it did 25. So, wow, that did less than what it was supposed to. So, he must not be max special attack. But he's definitely not choice Specs, that's for sure. Do we just go for the safe play and go for Leech Life? Let's go for Liquidation. Switch into the Rotom Fan, perfect. Liquidation does a lot. I really kind of wish we went for a Water EMZ there. Do we live an electric type move from this thing? Also, do we want to save Araquanid? I really don't want him to burn me because he's clearly got Will-O-Wisp. He can't burn me. He can go for Volt Switch, but I feel like we probably live that. What health are we at? We are at 82%. Rotom Fan. Thundurus. Volt Switch does not do a lot to us, so yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go out into Thundurus. Goes for Air Slash, does not do too much to us. We are going to outspeed this thing. I feel like he's going to want to switch back into the Hydreigon here, just to prevent me from getting rid of these sticky webs. But if he does that, good on him. Good on him. If he does that, then good on him. Get rid of the sticky webs, that's fine. Volt Switch. Now hopefully we can survive another turn here after the toxic damage. Yeah, I'm going to taunt this thing. Can't use sticky webs. And we're dead. That's perfectly fine. You know what, guys? I think it's time. I think it's time. I'm going to say it again. I think it's time to get Solgaleo out here and go for the strat. I think it's time to get Solgaleo out here and go for the strat. Or Araquanid and go for the Water EMZ thing now. Yeah, we're going to go Araquanid. I think it's the safe play here. He can't attack, so he's just got to go for what? Knockoff or Switch? So I can still get my own sticky webs off here, which is 100%. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. He goes out into Kyurem White. I imagine he's probably got Freeze Dry on this thing. We don't know if he's choiced by how this turn goes. Let's go Kyurem White. He's run Life Orb every week. Let's do Freeze Dry. You know what? Let's, instead of Roost, let's go Freeze Dry. Freeze Dry. Oh, wait, that's Thundurus, not Araquanid. Freeze Dry does up to 76%. Ooh, do we think we live that roll, guys? Do we think we live that roll? I don't think we need Araquanid here for anything else. He didn't bring... I don't think he has... Rotom Fan's got to be his only way to clear this sticky webs. So... we're going to find out if he's Life Orbed. Huh. I think I just go for the Z power on this thing. And just get off as much damage on this thing as I can. Oh, is that the play, though? I feel like Freeze Dry is definitely coming here. feel like Freeze Dry is definitely coming here. Good thing is, if he is Choice Scarf, we will outspeed, or it's a speed tie with the Gliscor. Maybe we could get a burn with Scald. Scald does not do too much. Yeah, I don't think I need a Rakunid here. I'm just going to bank on me living the high roll. I mean, if he's modest, then it'll kill me. Freeze Dry. We live! He got the freeze? Are you kidding me? Okay, so he's Life Orb. And we thawed turn 1. That is unfortunate, guys. That is unfortunate. We thawed turn 1. Wow. He got one. First off, he got the freeze, and then our luck to unthaw the first turn. So we got off major damage. I'm happy with that. So I'm 100% just going to let Araquanid go down here. I'm just going to go for another. Okay, yeah. So Araquanid goes down. So we know we outspeed this thing. He is Life Orbed. So his max speed is 317. We are 319. Does Rock Slide just clean up on this thing? Does Rock Slide just clean up on this thing? Okay. You know, I just realized we have 2 Mons down, but I feel like we're still doing okay. I don't think Rock Slide takes this thing down from here. What does a Plasma Fist do to this thing? Choice Banded Plasma Fist is a roll. It does not kill. What's the right play here, guys? Is it to go out into Comfy? Or is it Solgaleo? What's health is that Rotom at? It's at 47%. He's not Choice, so we outspeed that thing as well. Do 2 Sunsteel Strikes take that thing down? That's what I want to know. Hopefully this isn't disrupting you guys too much. Hopefully you guys are still enjoying the battle. Sunsteel Strike does a solid amount to that thing. So, yeah, we're going to go out into Solgaleo here. I think he's probably going to swap, honestly. But I'm just going to go for the Sunsteel Strike anyway. It's my best move. It's going to hit everything as good as it can. It's going to probably kill the Hydreigon, I think, from here. Yeah, it'll kill the Hydreigon. And it'll do a big dent in the Shuckle. It'll kill the Tapu Lele. It'll kill the Kyurem White. Oh, it's my best move. It's my best move. See what he chooses to do, guys. I am super nervous for this battle, as always, which I'm sure 100% you guys can tell. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it nonetheless. I know I'm calcing a lot, but you know what? I'm going to try not to think about it. I know I'm such a spaz about it, especially in the last week's video. So you know what? I'm just going to try not to overthink it. He lets the Kyurem White go down. Critical hit definitely did not matter. You know what? I just realized with the sticky webs, we should outspeed the... Okay, we know he's not Choice Scarfed. Sunsteel Strike takes this thing down, I'm pretty sure, every time. $57.2 to 67.6. I mean, if he's got like a ton of HP investment, maybe? So if I put 200 AVs into HP, he still doesn't live. What if I max HP? 47.9 is the minimum roll. There's no way he lives this. I'm going for Sunsteel Strike. He outspeeds? How? That is huge. How did he outspeed me? Oh my gosh, I just choked it big time. I forgot that he outsped. That is huge, guys. That is huge. That is really, really devastating. That is really, really devastating. Oh no. I just made the biggest misplay of my career. I just made the biggest misplay of my career. Oh my gosh, guys, that's not good. That is really not good. Okay, so now we're going to have to take this very, very carefully to make sure we don't lose our win cons. I want to say... I can't believe I just misplayed like that. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I just misplayed like that. Yeah, and I even knew. I was like, he might have Dark Z, but I'm going to outspeed him, so it's not going to matter. How much does U-turn do to this thing? Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I just did that. How much does U-turn do to this thing? U-turn does 41.8. It's a roll. I can't take that roll. Oh my gosh, that is unfortunate, man. That is unfortunate. You know what I do? Just stay in and go for the U-turn. I'm going to go U-turn. I'm going to outspeed him because I'm choiced. Hopefully I don't misplay again. Oh my gosh, guys. If we can turn this around, it'd be crazy. Okay, so he goes out into the Shuckle. U-turn does not do too much. He's going to get webs up here, which is very unfortunate because it affects everything in my team. I have Defog on... Oh, this is unfortunate. This is unfortunate. Draining Kiss is going to do nothing to this thing. Dazzling Gleam is going to do nothing to this thing. How much does Iron Tail do from here? Shuckle. That... Oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot, guys. I'm so upset with myself right now. Do we rely on Iron Tail to hit? Even if it doesn't OHKO from here. 74%. Yeah, it doesn't. Oh, I'm so upset. I'm so upset at that misplay, guys. I'm so upset at that misplay. Do 2 Plasma Fists kill? Do 2 Plasma Fists kill? 2 Plasma Fists do indeed kill this thing. So he could Toxic me and put me on a timer. He could just get up webs. Going down to Zeraora, man. Oh my gosh, I'm so upset. I'm so upset. He goes webs. That's fine. Oh my gosh, guys. That's unfortunate. So Plasma Fist is going to put in work here. He lets the Shuckle go down. Man, that is unfortunate. Okay, back into the Hydreigon. Plasma Fist didn't kill from here, I'm pretty sure. It's a roll. Are we willing to take that roll, guys? Oh, man. Let's go out into Comfey. Draco Meteor, I'm immune. That's perfect. That is huge. That is huge. That was a good play. That was a good turn for us. Not gonna lie. Now I gotta go for Defog here. Now let me make sure I do this right. Defog is gonna work because do I want a Defog actually? Do I want a Defog? I gotta make sure I get this right. Okay, because I can take out the Hydreigon with priority. As long as Psychic Terrain's not up. I gotta think about this play really hard, guys. If I go for Defog, yeah, it gets rid of my webs, which is good because I don't want Zeraora to be slowed down. He's probably just going to switch here. Do I need the webs on his side? Because we both have webs up. It only does not affect the Hydreigon and the Rotom Fan. So, are we okay with webs? We both have webs up. What are the chances he's heavy-duty boots on one of these two mons? I'm just going to go for Dazzling Gleam because we should outspeed this thing anyway. 324. Oh, wait. No, we have to go for Draining Kiss. Yeah, let's go for Draining Kiss. It goes out into the Darmanitan, which is fine. Do 83%. His speed is lowered. Okay. Now what do we do? Now what do we do? Now what do we do, guys? Now what do we do? He's gonna Flare Blitz and do a ton of damage to something. I'm definitely not letting Zeraora get hit, so it just comes down to whether I let Gliscor get hit, or because if he's banded, then it has a roll to kill me. Or do I just let Comfey go down? How much does U-turn do to the Hydreigon? Did I misplay? Because now his Hydreigon's going to outspeed... Yeah, his Hydreigon's going to outspeed Zeraora. Wait, doesn't U-turn do enough to this thing? Gliscor to Hydreigon, U-turn. Oh, it's a roll, man. I don't like these rolls. I really don't like these rolls. Okay, I gotta think here because it comes down to, do I need Comfey? Do I need Comfey? If he Flare Blitzes here, takes me down, then I come in with Gliscor, and he definitely swaps, right? Do I just lock myself into Rock Slide? Okay, I think I stay in here, let him take me down, I go out into Gliscor and I click Rock Slide. Rock Slide's probably going to take out the Rotom Fan. Right? As long as we connect, Rock Slide should take out the Rotom Fan. Darmanitan. So if he takes him out my Comfey here, he's going to get 23% recoil damage. So he's going to go down to 60. Which means that Gliscor with Rock Slide should kill, as long as it doesn't miss. How much does Rock Slide do to the Leauge? Once again, I'm sorry I'm calcing so much, guys, but I gotta make sure I play this correctly. Rock Slide doesn't do much. He's going to be slowed down. But if he's Choice Scarf Leauge, then he's going to outspeed my Zeraora. How much does Earthquake do? Not enough. I think I gotta let Comfey go down here, guys. I really think I do. Oh no, what did I just do? Sorry about that. So I outspeed this thing though, which is, unless he's Choice Scarfed. Do I value that knowledge? Do I value that knowledge, though? Knowing whether he's Choice Scarfed or not. Yeah, let's go for Dazzling Gleam. I'm going to find out if he's Choice Scarf or Choice Banded. Because if he outspeeds me with Flare Blitz, we know he's Scarfed. But if I go for Draining Kiss, it nullifies all of that. So I'm going to go for Dazzling Gleam. So he's not Scarfed. He's probably Banded. Okay. Alright. Okay. We gotta make a read here, guys. Does he let Darmanitan go down? Okay. Gotta go for Rock Slide. Yeah, we take down the Darmanitan. He might not know we're Choice Scarfed yet. He lives! Come on, man. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, guys? He lived. He must have some defense investment. That is really unfortunate, man. That is really unfortunate. But we still connect. We take down the Rotom Fan. So at this point, we got to go for Rock Slide flinches, right, guys? That was huge, because 2 Rock Slides probably take this thing down. Gosh, that... So upset, man. Can we get a flinch? No flinch. Do we live? We live one more. We have another chance for a flinch, guys. We have another chance for a flinch. Flinch. We got the flinch, baby! Come on. One more flinch. One more flinch. That's all we need. One more flinch. Flinch! 2 flinches! That's what we needed, guys. That was what we needed to give us our chance here. Oh my gosh, that was huge. That was huge. And... he might be Scarf Lele, man. If he's Scarf Lele, we still lose. Flinch. Another flinch. Oh my gosh. So it comes down to this. Is he Scarf Lele or not? Because Psychic's going to one-shot us. I'm pretty positive about that. Oh, it didn't one-shot us. That crit didn't matter. I was banded, guys. That crit didn't matter. I did the calc. That was a crazy match, guys. Oh my gosh. Somehow I still managed to bring it back after the biggest misplay of my career by leaving Solgaleo in against that Hydreigon. For some reason, maybe I was in the mindset that I'm rocking my Choice Scarf. I completely forgot, like I even said, Hydreigon outspeeds 98 base speed versus Solgaleo 97. I did not get my Flame Charge up. Oh my gosh, that was a crazy way that match ended. Those flinches were huge. But once again, if he didn't get the burn, if he didn't live the low roll with the Rock Slide, I mean, that's Pokemon. Oh my gosh, that was an insane battle. I mean, I can't believe Psychic didn't kill. I'm shocked that Psychic didn't kill. Guys, I want you on camera for this. We're going to bring in that Lele. Let's say, okay, so not Choice Specs. He's not Choice Scarfed. I don't know. What do you guys think he was running? So let's put in Zeraora. Okay, so a timid max special attack Psychic does not kill. Okay, I thought that was going to kill. He did 80 or 72%, which is within the low roll. Wow. But anyway, I'm not going to make you guys sit here any longer. What a crazy match, man. That was huge, man. If I didn't make that big misplay with Solgaleo, we might have gotten a lot better differential here. But either way, thank you all so very much for watching. I mean, at least you got to admit, I did it in style, man. If I was going to... Man, that misplay really made it like... Oh, my gosh. He might have just thought I was trying to make a read and thought he was going to switch for some reason. But no, that was a hands-down misplay. I said it right then and there. All right, but I'm not going to keep you guys here any longer. Once again, I don't know if I mentioned this at the beginning of this battle, but I absolutely butchered this man's name in the team preview. I so apologize. I don't know why, but there's no Furfro in this man's name anywhere. It's like Danchou Fanchou, not Furfro. I'm so sorry if you're watching this, my dude, that I butchered your name, guys. Hopefully I got it correct there. I told you I was going to butcher it, but I didn't think I was going to butcher it like that. But yeah, we're 2-2 with the differential of -2, but you know what? There's still time to really get that differential going. I cannot believe I made that misplay. I'm not going to reflect on it anymore here. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this battle. Obviously, let me know how dumb I was in the comments for that big misplay. Comment anything else you guys want to comment. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button, subscribe, and enable notifications so you won't miss any content. You'll get them. Notifications when the battles and everything goes up. Follow me on Twitter @MetaMech for more content and updates on the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.